Welcome to javainterviewquestions.com. Today we'll write a program with the below operations. First one is how to create linked list, and the second one is how to get the first element in the list, how to get last element in the list, and the fourth one is how to add element at the beginning of the list, how to remove element at the beginning of the list, and the next one is how to add element at the end of the list, how to delete element at the end of the list, and finally how to find the size of the list. And we'll perform all these operations today by writing a program. For that I'm creating a new class, linked list demo, and I'm giving package as collections, and I'm writing a main method. First what I'm doing is I'm creating a linked list of string number linked list equals to new linked list of string and now I'm adding elements to this linked list. Number linked list dot add one, and I'm copying this line and I'm pasting here in the next line, and I'm adding the second element 2, third element 3, fourth element 4. Okay. As per the document, first one is how to create linked list. We are done with the linked list and we have added the elements to the linked list. And the second one is how to get first element in the list. What getting the first element from the list. Sys out. I'm printing this number linked list dot get number linked list dot get first. Getting the first element on the list first element in the list, and the next one is getting the last element in the list. Sys out getting the last element in the list linked list dot number linked list dot get last. And the third one is how to get last element in the list by using get last method. And the fourth one is how to add element at the beginning of the list. So what we are doing, adding the element at the beginning of the list. Adding the element at the beginning. Number linked to last dot add first. So what we are adding? We are adding element 0 to the beginning of the list. Yeah, we are getting some compilation error. We'll see. The operator plus is undefined for the type, arguments and void. Okay. What we'll do is we'll write this adding the element at the beginning in a separate sysout statement. And next one is adding the element at the end of the list. So I'm doing the same thing, adding the element at the end of the list. For that we have a method called add last. Okay. Now we are done with how to add the element at the end of the list. First add last, and how to delete the element at the end of the list, and how to remove the element at the beginning of the list. Now what we will do is we'll print out the list after adding the element. Printing list after adding element. And similarly I am printing the list after adding the element at the end. Adding the element at the end. And now what I am doing is removing the element from the beginning of the list. I'm copying this code and I'll just modify the existing given code. So now what we are doing, removing the element from the beginning of the list. Removing the element from the beginning. Number linked list dot remove first. printing list after removing element. Now what I am doing is removing the element at the end of the list. Removing the element from the end of the list. And the last operation we are going to do is size of the list. Finding the size of the list, and I'm printing that sysout number linked list dot size. Here is the program, complete program with all the operations. First what we did was we created a linked list and we added the element to the linked list. And for getting the first element, what we are doing is we are telling just get first, and we are printing this first element in the list. For get last, what we are doing, getting the last element and we are printing get last. And for adding the element at the beginning of the list, we have a method called add first, and we are adding element 0 to the beginning of the list. And coming to the next operation, adding the element at the end of the list. For that, what I am doing is I am adding the last element 5 and I am printing the list after adding the element 5 at the last. And for removing the element from the beginning, we are just telling number linked list dot remove first. For removing the element from the end of the list, what you are doing is remove the element from the beginning of the list, remove the element from the end of the list. For that, we have a method called remove last, which will remove last element in the list. And we are printing the list after removing the element from the end. For finding the size of the list, I'm printing system.out.println the size of the linked list number linked list dot size. Now I'm running the program with all these operations. If we observe the output, then the first element is 1. So we printed 1, and getting the last element in the list, that is 4. And next what we are doing is we are adding the element at the beginning. So what element we are adding? 0. So after adding the element, we are printing the list 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now adding the element at the end. So now what we are adding? 5 at the end. If you see the output, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 added at the last. Now, and the next one is removing the element from the beginning and printing the list after removing the element. So what is the first element? 0. We removed the first element 0 and we printed the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next one is removing the element at the end. Here we have written a wrong comment. Here it is removing the element at the end. So we are printing the list after removing the element from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have removed element 5. And at last, what is the size of the list? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 elements. So the size of the list is 4. And here are the important operations. All important operations we performed on linked list. Thanks for watching this video.